I don't know. It seems important right now. I think what we're seeing is that people are figuring out what they can pull out of big data and what they can't pull out of big data right now. I mean, in terms of what they can't pull out, I think a spurious correlation is a brilliant site, where they're correlating things that are obviously ridiculous, but to correlate. But on the other hand, there's just a lot of data out there that I think that has a lot of meaning hidden in it, and if we can just find the right way to mine it, there's some wonderful things that that we can do. And unfortunately, some dangerous things we can do, too. So it's a new, unexplored world, isn't it? Okay, well, garbage collection is just one thing we focus on. It's really, everybody has memory problems, so it seems to be the popular thing to talk about. It's the geeky, cool thing or something like that. But we actually do a lot more than just garbage collection. We do really deep dives into what's actually going on inside your JVM. And, we use machine learning and all of the big data techniques, but quite frankly, we know ways of actually doing all of this with very, very little data. So where a lot of systems might use like megabytes of data in order to sort out something else partially, we tend to focus on using bytes of data to pull out the same types of information. And I think that's important when you get into a monitoring environment. One of our internal mantras is the hardware is the client's, not ours. So if we're into monitoring a system, we want to be as really as light as we possibly can when we're actually using the hardware. I'm not going to use more of it than I necessarily have to, and that's why we've focused on using analytics that we know where we can draw out what's going on in just basically slinging around bytes of data per second as opposed to megabytes per data. I think the difference is with the big data machine learning techniques is that we can sort out what's important and what's not important, whereas most systems are just going to collect everything because they don't really know what's important and what's not important. And if you have a whole bunch of things that are all like munged together, then it really gets difficult to see what's actually important in that data set. So we can do the analytics on small amounts of data, and if we need to adjust the data sets, we can adjust the data sets on the fly and do the live analysis like that. And it actually even lets us to be predictive in some cases, so we can predict. We did a project for a bank. We were able to predict up to a minute to 2 minutes in advance if they're going to have an outage on a system, which doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that's enough time for load balancers and things like that to react. What can we say about the location except for my wife loves the location. We usually go to Marbella, which is a little bit down the road from here, but yeah, she was disappointed not to be able to attend. And sorry to cross over into our event, which is JCrete. One of the things we did with JCrete, which is a similar beachy type event, although it's not all-day sessions, it's half-day sessions, is that we wanted to focus on a place where the family was actually interested in coming and having fun while we were doing the geeky fun discussion things, and you sort of get a feeling that can happen here also. It's it's like everybody wants to come. Oh, you're going to Malaga, and we can go have fun while you're having fun. Having all these wonderful, nice discussions with people. So yeah, it's a wonderful environment. You don't see that in many other places, if any.